I wanted to read something for you relative to today being Memorial Day, but also how it connects with our faith as Catholics. Over the last couple of days, I've talked a little bit about the spirituality and the mystery that's at the heart of Mass, which is that offering of a gift to the Father. And it recurred to me that there's a word we have been using in the new translation that is not very common for us. It's oblation. Oblation, that's not a medical procedure. Or maybe it is a medical procedure. But it's also this word, I'm sure it has a Latin origin, that's about lifting up a sacrifice or making of oneself a sacrifice. In fact, the religious order that used to run the CRC, the oblates, they take their name from that idea that they are making of themselves an offering to God. So these words, I think, will sound very familiar to you, and they are taken from a letter from President Abraham Lincoln to a woman in Massachusetts during the Civil War named Mrs. Bixby. And you'll recognize these words, but listen also from the perspective of what we've just talked about. Dear Madam, I have been shown in the files of the War Department a statement of the Adjutant General of Massachusetts that you are the mother of 5 sons who have died gloriously on the field of battle. I feel how weak and fruitless must be any word of mine which would attempt to beguile you from the grief of a loss so overwhelming. But I cannot refrain from tendering you the consolation that may be found in the thanks of the Republic they died to save. I pray that our Heavenly Father may assuage the anguish of your bereavement and leave you only the cherished memory of the loved and lost, and the solemn pride that must be yours to have laid so costly a sacrifice upon the altar of freedom. Yours very sincerely and respectfully, A. Lincoln. Of course, in one of his most famous quotations is held that same spirit that we honor today in the men and women who, out of great love for their country and for the world, laid their own life down on the altar of freedom. I think for us it's sort of a hollow holiday if we don't also seek to imitate that kind of love, that same kind of self-offering and self-sacrifice. And God each day gives us many opportunities in little ways to die to ourselves as we try to love one another. That outpouring of ourselves in service, in kindness, and all those little ways, really, in that sense, we may not die for one another, but we live for one another. And I think that is a pleasing and sweet-smelling sacrifice offered to the Father.